Hi, I'm Taylor Schabusiness, and I'm a very hardworking, dedicated individual that's broke and really needs money to help get that swole on.
Today, I'm going to tell you about a case that in no way is normal or a thing that you see often. A drug-fueled, horrific murder that'll keep you up at night and truly make you question if there's any good left in the world. So, what is this case? What actually happened? How horrific was the case that it took the jury less than an hour to pass the judgment? We have all seen movies about psycho criminals like Dahmer, Bundy, Holmes, John Wayne, and many more. But today I'm going to tell you about a modern-day killer, a killer that stood in the court telling everyone that she enjoyed the process. Let me paint you a picture so you see how horrible this case actually is. Well, imagine you are a mother, and like every other mother in the world, you absolutely love your child. You wake up early and start doing your daily chores. You go down to the basement to see your son, but there's a bucket covered with a shower towel there. You lift the towel and see the head of your 24-year-old son placed in the bucket. Pretty freaking horrible, right? I mean, this seems to be like a scene from some horror movie or a psycho killer movie, but this is exactly what happened on the unfateful day of the 23rd of February, 2022. When Tara Pakanich found her 24-year-old son horribly murdered in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Where's it at?
Go right there. Look right, there's a bucket with a towel on it.
So who did it? What happened? And was the killer caught? Well, come with me as I tell you the gory details of this scary murder that truly shocked the entire jury and people related to the case's investigation. The victim. So before getting into the details of the case, let me tell you about the victim. The 24-year-old boy was named Shad Therian. Born on the 17th of September 1997 to Tara Pakanich and Michael Therian in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Graduated from the Howard Swamico School District, Shad was still living in Green Bay when he started an alleged relationship with a 25-year-old Taylor Schabusiness. So what exactly went wrong that resulted in Shad being murdered, and that too in such a horrible manner? Leading to the crime, at about 9:30 in the evening on 21st of February, 2022, Shad Therian was picked up from his mother's house in Green Bay by his girlfriend Taylor. The couple regularly used to have sexual encounters in Taylor's minivan, and they did the same that day. They were later joined by a friend, and together three of them went to an apartment on Eastman Avenue and smoked marijuana. After some time, the friend left, and according to Taylor's statement, she and Shad then proceeded to smoke some meth and inject trazodone in the same apartment. After using these drugs, the couple returned to Shad's mother's house. Now his mother and her boyfriend Steve Hendricks were gone, so they had the house to themselves. The murder. The couple soon went to the basement and started having sexual intercourse. During the questioning conducted by police, Taylor claimed that they had previously engaged in asphyxiation on various occasions, and this time they were using some metal chains. Taylor then went on to strangle her boyfriend with the said metal chains until he started coughing up blood. But she didn't stop. She went on to do this for another 4 to 5 minutes, and soon Shad was dead.
Here comes the chain, right? And then you put it around his neck. Well, we were like playing around and shit, and then I don't know how to put it on.
But Taylor didn't just stop at this. She then proceeded to perform oral sex on the dead body and even used different sex toys for a few hours after killing him.
So then after you realized he was no longer, he was dead, his face was purple, and he said his mouth was close going out of his mouth. What'd you do?
Hang him up a little bit. And then, I just did.
You said play with Oni.
Play with his big.
Okay.
And then put him up over the bed, and then, stuff.
What'd you do with it?
And I just covered him and
What'd you do with it?
I put it in his mouth.
The very next morning, she found some knives in the house and used them to cut Shad's body into pieces.
How did you dismember his body?
Knives.
With what?
Knives.
She then moved the body to his bed and beheaded it into a green bucket while using a storage tote to contain all the spilled blood. The blood was then poured down the shower drain while the bucket was then covered by the shower towel. She also removed his penis and various organs, placing them in plastic bags, the storage tote, and the green bucket.
Weird. It was a weird night.
I would imagine.
This one was.
The body is discovered. 2 days later, on 23rd of February, 2022, Shad's mother and her boyfriend Hendricks came back home from their trip. When the mother saw no sign of his son in the house, she went to the basement only to find his decapitated head lying in the bucket with a towel covering it. Hendricks immediately called the police, who thoroughly searched the house and basement.
Yes, I live in Officer 829 Stony Brook. My friend just woke me up and swears that she found her severed head of her son in the basement.
Did you go down there?
In a bucket. I went down, I can't tell what the fuck. Part of my language, I'm kind of a little freaked out.
Whose head is it?
She's claiming it's her son.
How old's your son?
24, 25.
Is he missing or?
No, he was here yesterday with some chick, and then all of a sudden nobody's here.
Where's the rest of the body at?
No idea. He was here a couple hours, then he left with Taylor. And they met some state. Taylor,
Who's that?
girl, Taylor Coronado.
During this search, police found different human organs kept in plastic bags and cardboard boxes in the basement.
Dude, it is. Let's just... Okay.
In addition to his head, Shad's penis was also in the green bucket. His trunk was found inside the tote, with his removed foot placed inside it.
Hold on, just... That's what we're doing, right? If we could get more units here sooner rather than later, that'd be appreciated. We've got quite a bit of blood down here. I want to clear this rest of this house.
The scene was explained by the Dane County medical examiner, Dr. Vincent Tranchita, in front of the court as, "We have decapitation, we have dismemberment, we have transection of the torso. Subsequently, internally, the body has been eviscerated. In other words, we have entered inside the body through various cuts through the abdomen and between the ribs, where the victim's organs have been removed, largely one by one." Green Bay police officer Alex Wanish, who was one of the officers searching the basement, told court that, "I went downstairs. At the bottom of the stairs to the right, there was a green bucket with a shower towel on top of it. Just to verify we had an actual head in the bucket, lifted the towel off, and there was in fact a human severed head in the bucket." Arrest. Police at once started searching for Shad's girlfriend, Taylor Schabusiness, who was later apprehended on the same day in her minivan. When police arrested Taylor, her clothes were full of blood and one of her thumb had a cut on it. In addition to this, she had numerous scratches on both of her arms, but according to her, she gave them to herself. On 1st March, Schabusiness was arrested on multiple charges of murder, sexual assault, and mutilation of Shad Therian.
Is this blood? Does this look like blood to you? Or am I just tripping? Bloody footprint? You see this right here?
Could possibly be blood.
Hey, who did that? Hi, Taylor, how's it going? Officer Russell with the Green Bay Police Department. Just make sure you ain't got nothing on you here.
Previous criminal record. Now, this wasn't Taylor's first interaction with the law enforcement authorities. Apparently, back in January 2022, Taylor was convicted of the charges for fleeing, eluding, and obstructing a police officer. She was sentenced to 3 months in prison, but it remains unclear whether during the time of Shad's murder she was under house arrest or work release. However, when the police found her after the murder, she had already removed the GPS tracker from her ankle. Enjoyed the killing. It is clear from the testimonies given by different people in the court that Taylor actually did all of this on purpose and enjoyed the process. According to Detective Kempf, when Taylor saw that Shad was coughing up blood and his color was changing, she kept going on because she wanted to see what happens next. During the questioning, Taylor told detectives that she enjoyed the killing and even asked them if they knew what it was like to love something so much that you kill it. Taylor also told detectives that she spread all of his parts in the apartment so that they'll have fun trying to find all of the organs. The trial. After the beginning of trial, Taylor's lawyer, Quinn Jolly, submitted a not guilty plea on the 1st of September 2022 with the reasoning of Taylor's mental instability. According to Quinn, Taylor was bipolar, and she was getting mental health treatment since she was in 7th grade. Shad's father also testified before the court, stating that Taylor and his son had been friends in middle and high school, and as far as he knew, Taylor was polite. Taylor was evaluated by an independent psychologist, Diane Litton, at the Brown County Jail. During one such evaluation, Taylor even threw a chair at Dr. Litton. According to Litton, who testified for defense, Taylor was suffering from a range of mental disorders and was a psychotic person.
She has inappropriate, her grinning, weird grinning when she's talking about the crimes. Looking, people have interpreted it to be like laughing at what she did. Other times looking, I can mimic it, very scowly. A lot of people interpret it superficially to be grinning. Grinning it all, but getting a kick out of everything. Not me. Based on my experience and training, that's a psychotic person right there.
In March 2023, Judge Walsh ruled that Taylor was mentally stable enough to stand trial. But Taylor's rage and harming nature kept on showing in the court. On the 14th of February, 2023, she attacked his lawyer after he had requested for the date of trial to be pushed a bit further so medical examiners can determine whether Taylor is stable enough to stand trial. Thankfully, no one was hurt, as Taylor was stopped by one of the officers from Brown County's sheriff office. Almost 10 to 15 minutes after the attack, Quinn told the judge that he'll file a motion to be removed from the case. On 3rd of March, Quinn was replaced by Christopher Froelich, who requested the removal of Judge Walsh from the trial because the fact that he saw the attack on Quinn might affect his judgment. This request was denied. Police also found out that Taylor had made searches like Jeffrey Dahmer walking into court all sexy and Jeffrey Dahmer's butt before the murder. Her new attorney, Christopher, submitted a motion to not include these searches as evidence in the trial. Judge Walsh decided that these searches are admissible as evidence. However, prosecution won't mention her searches for Satanism during the trial. The closing arguments. On Wednesday, the prosecutors Caleb Saunders and David Lacey gave their closing arguments, with Lacey saying, "This is bizarre. This is strange. This is unnatural, but in no way is it unclear Schabusiness did cause Shad Therian's death." The assistant district attorney called it a straightforward case, saying, "There's one truth in this case: what the defendant did to Shad Therian." However, in the eyes of defense attorney Christopher Froelich, the case was confusing, and prosecution and police were forcing the evidence together. In his own words, "This case is a puzzling, unclear collection of facts. Was this an accidental death? Was there intent to kill Shad Therian? It's foggy, it's cloudy, it's hard to figure out." The decision. The jury, consisting of 9 women and 7 men, reached the decision after 30 minutes of deliberation. They convicted Taylor Schabusiness with the crimes of first-degree intentional homicide, mutilation of a corpse, and third-degree sexual assault. The sentencing is set for September 26th, with Taylor most likely spending the rest of her life in prison.
First verdict reads as follows. We, the jury, find the defendant, Taylor Denise Schabusiness, guilty of first-degree intentional homicide as charged in count 1 of the information. Second verdict reads as follows. We, the jury, find the defendant, Taylor Denise Schabusiness, guilty of mutilating a corpse as charged in count 2 of the information. The next verdict reads, we, the jury, find the defendant, Taylor Denise Schabusiness, guilty of third-degree sexual assault as charged in count 3 of the information. Dated this date, 26th day of July, 2023, signed by the foreperson.
Conclusion. There's no denying that Taylor wasn't mentally fit, but according to experts, police, and many people keeping a keen eye on this case, the murder wasn't just because of Taylor's mental health issue. Taylor, without a doubt, has the same type of nature and characteristics seen in serial killers, and letting her go because of her mental health problems wouldn't have been a right decision. I'll see soon with more cases. Until then, adios.